And there it is. It is what it is. The different weave and the red handles. Nice and shiny. And the main piece, the console with the red, and I think it turned out pretty good. I hope so. The best thing about it is it's done. Got the first layer of dirt off of everything. And now I'm just going to walk around and get my brain back into this car. I haven't thought about anything, for a month or so, while I was building all those parts. So now gotta get back into gear again. There's the speaker box. Fits in there just right. A little bit more to do on that. A little bit of Bondo work maybe. And that fits in there with enough tolerance, for some matting, sound deadening behind it. It was pretty good though. So yeah, a couple little things. I gotta reroute some wires, run another wire over here. I'm not gonna just take a wire and run it across. I'm gonna open up all the shielding, snake it through, and make it part of the car just like the rest of it. So mostly everything's done, but mostly everything needs a little bit more to it. So, man, this never ends, right? Right. Okay, so getting close though. Reroute a couple wires. I gotta clean everything up, seam seal, plug holes. I want to try and keep it, keep the vapors out of the cockpit, try and keep some of the wind whistles and wind leaks under control. I doubt I'll ever get it watertight or windproof, but I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna get a list out. Probably start cleaning things up and writing things down on my list as I'm cleaning. I take my headlights back apart. Frickin' dust everywhere on the inside, which is coming through right here, so I'm gonna have to seal that up so dirt and dust don't get in there. And once I get the carpet in, put the interior pieces in it, and she's done. Get the harnesses. There's my door panel. I wanted to see what it'd look like with that red handle. It's kind of weird, but I'm probably going to go with it because I don't want to redo it. That was kind of hard. Kind of hard getting that to work out. And I'm going to make a pad right here for the elbow. And who knows, I might make this out of red. Get some red suede, put a pad here, pad there, put a pad for the elbow on the waterfall back there. Anyways, just looking for a little bit of red, kind of go with the red splash that's on the car. I'm excited, I'm happy, looks good. Well, got everything tore apart again. I'm on to the next stage, which is putting it together. So I blew everything out, wiped everything down, and I'm tying up loose ends. Pretty much got everything I need to do to finish it on a piece of everything I need to do to finish up on a piece of paper. So hopefully that's gonna get her done. I'm talking little things like tying down this cable, putting a boot on the end of a used cable instead of seeing a rusty piece through there. A piece of heat shrink on the end of it makes it look like a brand new piece now. So yeah, it's on the put together stage, the cleanup stage. Got a lot of cleanup to do. I made a mess out of this thing. And running different wires. It's on its way back together though. This is what I'm up to now. That right there is inside the body here, back behind the front wheel, the door, and I'm seam sealing. So anywhere the body meets the chassis, been trying to go around and get seam sealed everywhere so no wind or water will get in there. Up top, up in here, looks pretty ugly, but that's the way it goes. But up in that A-pillar, where the cage goes up through the A-pillar, pretty big gap. I shoved that full of butyl and then smeared seam sealer up there, so that's all watertight, all up in here. So yeah, that part's done. I'm going to go inside now, seam seal in there, continue the theme with the seam sealing and getting the closeout panels put into position, working my way toward installing carpet. So I got some carpet and some padding with some heat shield on it. So hopefully this weekend I'll have carpet and the beginnings of the interior going in this thing. I finally got everything seam sealed. Pretty much it's all sealed off. So we're trying to keep out exhaust, fuel, air, wind noise, all that. Boy, I tell you, it's like some kind of trauma getting over the fact that this thing's done, trying to put it together this far, seal it up. Always thinking there's one more thing left to do. But anyway, good news. I'm excited to move on. And next thing is carpet. Actually, next thing is sound deadening, and then the carpet. So I'll put a little bit of sound deadening on these panels. So there you go. There's a round of knocking. I'll put a little bit of sound deadener on there. I'll see how that sounds. Yep, so there you go. Man, I'm excited. Get this place cleaned up a little bit and do something different. Summertime's coming, got car shows coming up. So, time to get rolling. Check it out. Something new. I'm excited. A little bit of vibration, dampening. Much better. Much better, huh? Much better than it used to be. We like it. And I got one case of that stuff, which is what, like 7 sheets, something like that. And I got enough left to do the doors. So, perfect amount. Anyway, happy. Now I'm going to get out my padding for the phone, or carpet. And I'm thinking I'm going to put some padding down underneath those panels. Something to keep it from vibrating anyway. But the more of that padding, the better. That'll just help deaden some more of the noise. There's some carpet. Got that side over there done. I don't got it secured into place yet, but carpet's on the panel. Fits in there pretty good, nice and snug. So far so good. Show you what I'm doing. Those plastic kick panels that I made. Got some foam or padding. It's actually got a heat shield backing on it. Glue that on there and then put the carpet on, and it ends up being like that. Should be pretty good. Fits in there real nice. It's gonna look good. I get that tucked in there, all crammed in there with the other stuff. Nice and soft. Soft and cushy. I'm not used to soft and cushy inside this car. So it's fun. Fun. There it is, all carpeted up. Ready to drop in there. I got this no foam right here. For the amp. I'm not for the amp, for the sub box. Same thing right in here. Give room for that sub box to drop in there. So that piece is done. Both sides are done. Now I'll get the floor in there. And then I'll finish up the sub box and make the last piece to go up the back behind the seat. Let's stop and get a little bit of a view before I get too far here. I'm getting the rest of the carpeting done on the passenger side, and I've kind of got the floor mapped out the way I want it. You know, when I made all them panels, it was basically just a good idea. You know, making it actually happen is another thing. So allowing for tolerances and finding points to attach it, you know, making it all come out looking proper is all part of the process. There's my screwdriver. So yeah, I got this carved out. The seat just tucks right in there on the floor and right up against the speaker box. I made a panel here and got it attached to the top of the box. So I'll put some padding and then carpet, and tuck that around the sides, around the bottom, and then bring the floor right up to it. And of course put padding on the back of it so you don't hear that slap against it. This is all secured in here. Everything's tied down where it belongs, so that's done. Put the cover on it and it's done. And then when that's done, I can finish the floor portion. I initially just made a piece of that plastic up here, and I was just going to lay this down and I don't know, I might make a piece of plastic here. I don't want the ends of it rolling up weird. We'll see on that part. But so far so good, and there's some of the interior pieces sitting in there. I really like the red. Matches good with the other red. You know, and the angle of the stripes, you know, it just, I don't know, to me it just kind of matches the stance of the car, like a kind of like an attack type motion, attack type stance from that stripe. So anyways, I'm happy with it so far. We'll see when the rest of the interior gets all in there. Looking on the passenger side, or the driver's side carpet, I just got this one done. Pretty cool, huh? This part will go up underneath the console and the waterfall. And the rest of it's tucked underneath. There's my power, my 5-volt power, and the vent for the. It's got it wrapped around there. I got foam on the back of it, thin foam, Sower's foam, just so it don't vibrate and rattle up against the panels. I got these ones done right here, and that one. So I'll get this one in there, and that changes the dimensions of the floor, so I'll recut that piece. I got to get the amps in there because they fit in with these pieces. Getting close. I put my seat on the other side. I got in there and sat down. Took my shoes off, rubbed my feet around on the carpet in there. Love it. Love it. So anyway, This is Saturday morning, pretty early. Gonna go for it this weekend. I'll probably put, I don't know, 13, 14 hours in each day. It's non-stop. So we'll see what we can get done here. Finally got the bottom sides all done on the driver's side here. And I gotta think about it a minute more and make sure it's all done, but I'm pretty sure it is, so I'll put the electrical and the air vents in it and screws. Got a spot for a courtesy light right there, and there's the amps. That'll tuck in there nice. So looking good. Then I'll get those bar covers on there and see if I need to do any trimming of any foam or whatever for this part. I probably will. And continue putting it back together. Got this side done. Everything is in its place. Right there is my handle. If my electrical fails, I'll be able to pull that and that'll open my door. So I got a mechanical on the inside and I got a hidden one on the outside, and then the passenger is going to have the same thing. So yeah, it looks pretty good. The amps are all tucked in there. Got my latch up here for the rear hatch, and the cover that I made fits just perfectly, and everything lines up nicely. And then the trim plate, which I hydro dipped, got that on there. It looks pretty good. And there's down inside the pedals. So pretty happy with that. I'm going to get this side caught up, get the vent, the electrical plugged in. Here's the vent on this side. There's the vent on that side. Works pretty good. USB 5-volt power. Got a LED courtesy light installed. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm going to go to the other side and get that caught up now. This side's done. Got the speakers in there. And 12 volt, 5 volt power. Access to the radar. Access to the Audison. The digital processor. Got my mechanical door release here. Got my cover for the blower motor. Got my LED courtesy light in there. Trim panel on. Nice match. Nice match for the carbon fiber. Looks pretty damn close, don't it? Pretty damn close. So everything's done. Now I'm getting my console prepped out, put on there. Got the vents bolted on for the defrost. Got my wires back in there. Got my touch screen mounted back on. And the radar has GPS, and I mounted that under here. So I've been told it's going to go through that plastic, and the windshield glass just fine, so we'll go with that. So this is pretty much ready. I'm going to clean out my holes that I plugged up. Put some padding under here so it don't vibrate. Get that in there. Okay, I got my speakers installed over here on this pillar. And I got the cover installed. Put some foam inside here to seal up against that speaker and make it sound better. And check that out, that little screw that holds this cover on, and it's one of the mounting points for the speaker. And then it'll meet up here with the screw to tie all these in together. But check that out, isn't that cool? Didn't that turn out good? Quite amazing how I made that. I'm amazed myself and how that fits on there. You know, and the attachment point is part of the tie down for it, and how it just all fits in there. And then the color with the film on it, it's just amazing. Looks good. And here is that piece stuck in there, and once again it fits just amazing. Right up against here, right up against the back. It fits just perfect. Just enjoying the sunset tonight. Actually, I'm polishing out the dirt on my dash pieces, admiring the shine. Looks pretty damn nice. Looks pretty good. So I'll get those in the morning. I got the other speaker pod in over there. And so yeah, in the morning I'll get those dash pods in there, and that shouldn't take too long. And then we'll work. I'll probably put the rest of those pieces in for the bars up there in the center. And who knows what after that. A lot of little things to do to finish up. I got to finish up the center console area. Finish up the doors. Put the harness bars in. The harnesses. So lots of stuff. Just busy, busy, busy. Yeah, and the good weather's here. The car shows are starting, so I feel like I need to get up like at 2:30 in the morning, start working. Just kidding. I'll probably wait till 3:30. Oh boy, I'm crazy. But yeah, I want this thing done. Finally installed. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Got the vents installed. Got the gauge cluster plugged in and installed, and right now I'm working on my console. All the electronics. I found a couple of different buttons which match the radius of what I've got, so I'm going to put those in, clean that up, get the scratches off of it, and plug it in.